pain like Asbjorn had never known delved deep within his chest. It bit sharper and colder than any blade ever could, deeper than any ocean he'd ever sailed. It was as if his heart had been ripped from his body, leaving him with a huge empty pit of darkness. The most pure and precious thing in all of this world had been snatched away from him, and not by the god's will, but by the treachery of a foul Christian. The Christians who preached how their god was wise, just, peaceful and merciful. Yet this Christian had killed the most innocent creature in existence in cold blood. A father should never outlive one of his children, never. But if it was one of his sons that were to fall in battle fighting for Odin's will, then he could accept it, knowing within him that they would fight and feast in Valhalla forevermore, waiting for the day that he would join them. But this wasn't one of his sons, and this wasn't Odin's will. This was his daughter, his firstborn daughter, the apple of his eye, his precious little Freya, who was full of kindness and joy and as beautiful as the goddess she was named for. Fathers should not have favourites, but Asbjorn could not deny that Freya had always been special to him. It was well known throughout Sapphire Land and beyond. Why else would the spineless Duke choose to ransom his other valuable captives, yet refuse all the gold in Sapphire Land for Freya? Duke Guy must have thought himself the smartest man in all the world, wounding the mighty Viking king like no mortal ever could. But his joy would be short-lived. Asbjorn would have his revenge, no matter the cost. He would give up his entire kingdom if that's what it took. He didn't know when or how, but Duke Guy, his wife, sons, daughters, brothers, sisters, counts, servants, soldiers and small folk alike would all feel the burning wrath of Asbjorn Erikson. He would burn his lands, cities and castles to the ground, take all his riches and bathe in his family's blood before all this was over, and he would keep the coward alive until last, to witness it all and ensure he felt just a fraction of the pain Asbjorn was feeling right now. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Raiders of the Adriatic. Now we've had an event pop up just as I finished recording the last episode, so we will look into that in a moment and see what it is all about. Now if you can remember in the last episode, Asbjorn's daughter was murdered in cold blood by Duke Guy, so we are going to try and get revenge on him. I'm not sure how we're going to do it yet, but we will look into that. As we can see, he's still very, very upset and stressed about that. And also at the end of last episode, Count Aid and Count Gunnar together have decided to go for a holy war for Benevento, which will be interesting if we manage to take that. It should hopefully become part of our land. But let's have a look at this event that has popped up. Woman in White. I have a guard who once visited a distant village by a forest, said to be a gateway to the world beyond. While there, he went in the forest despite the locals' warning. In the forest, he encountered a pale maiden wearing a white dress. Though she was charming and bashful, there was something off about her. The tone of her voice was odd, and her dress fluttered in the wind in a strange way. Frightened out of his wits, he fled immediately, knowing she must have been an evil spirit of some sort. According to locals from that area, not only are such sightings common in the forest, but many have also mysteriously died or disappeared there. What a coward, she couldn't have been a bad spirit, and we gain amused for a year, or frightening things lie beyond the fringes of civilization. I could probably see. Asbjorn is quite religious, superstitious. I could see him seeing that as fairly frightening. So we will go for that option. There are no more characters for this episode. As I said, we need to get the other ones landed before we bring any others in, else your characters are going to die out without heirs. So yeah, as soon as we get some more landed, we will be adding a few more. So let's unpause the episode straight away and see what's going to happen with this war there. It'd be interesting if Aid does manage to win that. Obviously, we can now attack Croatia. We have a complete claim on Croatia. There's a new Croatian ruler. We could offer vassalage, but of course they're not going to go for that. We could declare war. Could we actually try and subjugate all of that land? We can go for the Holy War for a duchy. Conquer county, conquer duchy. We can't invade the kingdom or go for a holy war for the kingdom, so we can only go for duchies in that land. We could go for Bosnia, Croatia, Slavonia. Zaklumia, which is the closest one. All of them would be pretty easy to take. How much power does Croatia have? 1,000 men. So not a lot of manpower. So there is that option. We could always go for these ones down here, but then again, I don't know if they'd be a good idea, to be honest. Obviously, some are owned by Italy. And do you know what? I think I'm going to go raiding. Just to go raiding in this land here, where Duke Guy lives, and see if we can maybe take some captives from him to get revenge. She has 2,900 men. That's about the same as us. So we should be able to repel the Italians if they were to attack us when raiding. It's a shame that we can't plot to kidnap him. We can only plot to murder him. Do you know what? We'll do that for now. We'll start a scheme to murder him, just in case we can't capture him. At least then we've got that to fall back on. Do you know what? Yeah, let's raise all our armies. And can we change? Can we not go raiding? Is there someone in our land so we can't actually do it at present? I think that might be the case. Yeah, we can't actually go raiding at the present, so let's disband all instead. We'll have to wait for our chance. Instead then, let's go for a little bit more of this Croatian land. Let's go for the land that... Do you know what? I might go for this more coastal land, actually. The one in the northern area, where their capital actually is as well. That would probably be the better option. We have the piety. It is cheaper to go for the holy wars, isn't it? So let's declare a holy war for this northmost region, which will get us all of this coastland at least then. So confirm, declare war. Should be a very easy victory on our part. So let's get the men rallied. We aren't going to have Aid leading our armies, unfortunately, because he's already involved in this battle here, which he's not doing great. He's not got enough manpower to win this. That's annoying. I've also asked several of our courtiers to convert to the new reformed faith, as some of them hadn't done it, but they are all agreeing to do so. And there we go. Gunnar's men are now sailing south to try and aid, but it looks like it's going to be too late to try and aid him, which is a shame. Enemy ally joins war. No, that's not good, is it? So how much manpower does that give them in the war? I'm guessing not a lot. It's only a small... Yeah, only 1,600 men compared to our 3,100. So they're not going to have enough men to harm us. Let's march to meet them in battle straight away. Unfortunately, our task has been aborted, which is fine. We can fix that soon, and they are going to get away before we can capture them. But we'll keep chasing them down. And yeah, we're going to have a battle here anyway, which we should win decisively. We shouldn't have any trouble with this. Hopefully cause some serious damage with it. I doubt the ruler is going to... Oh no, she is actually leading the army herself by the looks of it, which is interesting. So there is a chance that we could take her captive, which would be perfect. End this war before it even begins. And our champion, Ragnar Bloodaxe, ripped the head off of... Oh, he ripped the head off it. Isn't that the... No, it's not the leader. Okay, I'm good. But he's ripping heads off again, which is ridiculous. The amount of heads that he rips off. Is that his 5th head that he's now ripped off? And our champion Count Aid has also ripped the head off someone. And our champion Ragnar Bloodaxe has ripped the head off another person. So that's 2 in one battle. That's 3 heads ripped off in one battle. 4 heads ripped off in one battle. Yet another person has done it and become a berserker. So 4 heads ripped off in one battle. That is ridiculous. Our men really have a fetish for ripping off heads, it would seem. Especially Ragnar, who... Oh, and there's another one. That's 5 in one battle. But yeah, Ragnar's now ripped off about 6 or 7 heads. That's absolutely insane. Right, let's march our army on to the main Croatian capital. Get that under siege. That will win us the war. We could always station some besiegers here, actually, which would make it a little bit easier. We lost 208 men. They lost 504. Details, there was a lot, obviously. Let's have a look what our champions did. So Count Aid... Wow, killed 36 men. Ragnar killed 36 men as well, which is insane. Wow, our men killed a lot of men themselves. Ragnar and Count Aid, 36 victims each. Insane. Those two really are beasts. I can't wait to land Ragnar. He really deserves land. He will be the next one who does get landed, which we should be able to do once we take this bit of land. Once this land falls, we'll be over the domain limit again, and we can finally land Ragnar. And after Ragnar, I think it was... I'm trying to remember who... was next in line after Ragnar. I can't remember if it was Retha or Ratha. I think it's Retha, isn't it? Let's station some besiegers and march our 2,400 other men to the barony of Modrus and get that under siege, just to get that little bit more war score. Let's speed things up. keep an eye on our capital, just so we can see what they're up to. I take a quick walk outside and feel the shining sun on my face, and it's just amazing and comforting. It feels wonderful. We gain 5 prestige, lose 6 stress. Okay, so it's only something minor, but at least we lose a bit of that stress that we have gained over the last few episodes. But this should be a very, very quick war. Do you know what? Let's put our son. Where are you? Where are you? Sigbjorn or Asbjorn, either one. There we go, Prince Asbjorn. He's a siege leader, so let's get him in charge of that. And then, obviously, we're a siege leader ourselves. So we should be able to wind these down pretty quickly. Hopefully, taking the capital will gain a hell of a lot of war score. Not sure where the Croatian army has even marched off. Okay, so they're right over here doing a siege. That's fine. Don't need to worry about that too much. And we have an available perk to spend. Let's have a look. Absolute control. Let's go for that so we can nearly finally finish the overseer tree, which is awesome. And we've got 17 gold from that siege. Perfect. Let's march these 500 men then. That barony there will do, and then we will follow with Asbjorn's main host afterwards. And we'll march on just to meet the Croatian army in the field, and hopefully that will give us enough war score to win this war. I wonder how Aid is getting on in his war. Oh, okay. Aid is disfigured. Ouch. Disfigured and wounded. And he's also got lover's pox. Ouch. And he's losing 44% in his war. And he's also dealing with a peasant revolt. I'm pretty sure we can offer to help with the peasant revolt, can't we? Yes, offer to join war. Can we offer to join the Holy War? Yes, we actually can offer to join that war. So yes, we've joined the Holy War. We will help him out in that war. Once we've finished our Croatian war, we'll sail over there to help him out. Can we actually offer to help him with his other war as well? Because we could just take care of that for him very, very easily, couldn't we, to be honest? So let's have a look if we can. Offer to join war. We can't while we're doing the other war. That's fine. We'll take care of our own war for now. And then we'll sail over to help him with his war, because it's going to expand our own lands, isn't it? And it's going to give us more lands that we can give to our custom courtiers, which is perfect. How much longer until this siege does finally collapse? And the great duelist, my vassal, Mayor Luzar, has arrived at court with a bandaged arm and fear in his eyes. He tells me that my son and heir Sigbjorn has been challenging people to duels all over Mostar. Please forgive me, my lord, but this has to stop. Sigbjorn turned up at my doorstep and challenged me. I had no choice but to accept. This is not the first time either. I am but the last in a long line of victims these duels will seize at once. A dangerous pastime, you'll need an instructor. Your father will show you how it's done. And we fight Sigbjorn ourselves. Yes, let's do it. And we gain 150 prestige because we beat Sigbjorn in a duel. But that's quite funny that he's going around just dueling people. But yeah, his father's taught him a lesson. Pick your fights wisely, son. Okay, so it looks like our son-in-law is the new Lord of Krakow. So we've got an alliance with him instead now, but he's actually at war by the looks of it. He's not asked for our help. So we're not in desperate need for the alliance at the minute anyway. We don't need the troops. We needed the troops more before, but if they need our help, if they ask for our help, we can go and help them. And far from home, a stranger is brought before me. She has been waiting outside the castle gates for a week, my liege, my guard informs me. The woman bows deeply. My name is Radanthe, your highness. I have travelled far and wide and seen many things, but I am wary of the road. If you allow me to stay, I will happily share my knowledge of the world with you and be your loyal servant. Orthodox Greek, 32. We have no room for the likes of you, the more the merrier. Embrace Odin, and this will be your home. Yeah, if you convert, I'm more than willing to allow you to join our court. Awesome, we managed to get some prisoners in that siege. 4 prisoners in that siege. Perfect. Countess, 25 gold. Yes, we'll ransom her off. Let's move our main host down to join with our son. Ransom accepted. Can we ransom the other 3? They're all only going to be 10 gold ransoms, but that's fine. We'll take the money. We'll take as much of that as we can. And here comes the Croatian army as well. We'll go, do you know what? With these 2,000 men, let's go meet the Croatian army in battle. Can we ransom these other 2, please, as well? 10 gold again. Yeah, let's go crush that Croatian army. We'll leave our son sieging that land for now, and we'll just take care of this army. Ransom accepted. Let's ransom that last one off then, another 10 gold. That's nice. We've earned ourselves a nice, 55 gold or so there. Can't complain at that. That siege should fall to our son soon, and we're going to crush this army here very easily. We've got more than double the amount of manpower. Hopefully we can capture a very valuable hostage to try and get ourselves to 100 war score. Count Aid has ripped the head off someone again. And Count Aid has wounded somebody. And he's wounded somebody else. Champion Rogner Bloodaxe has ripped the head off someone again. That's, what, 7 now? That puts us up to 72% war score. Perfect. And they are going to march back westward. You know what? We'll go and get their allies' capital under siege. This is going to fall any second now, which is perfect. Then we can march onto this barony and get that under our control. Should be a very easy victory for himself. We need to get this war done so we can go and help out Aid in his holy war and hopefully get our first lands over the opposite side of the Adriatic, which would be really cool to have some lands in Italy. It'd be a great foothold to go raiding from as well, wouldn't it? A really good foothold to go raiding from. Yeah, once either of these two fall to siege, that's going to be the war won. Croatian army is marching back to lift the siege of their homelands. So what we'll do is we'll station some besiegers there and we'll march the 1,600 men west to stop them. And we'll put our other son, Asbjorn, who's also a siege leader, if I remember correctly. Where is he? Yes, there he is. We'll put him in control of that siege for now, while Asbjorn sweeps up the remnants of the Croatian army. Which is going to be very easy. That'll probably get us the 100% war score before the sieges, to be honest. I may let the sieges wind down anyway, just to hopefully get the loot that's going to come with that. And then we're going to slaughter what remains of her army. Only 100 men or so. Very easy victory. One of our valiant soldiers did what? We didn't lose one, did we? No, I don't think we did. That's okay then. And that puts us at 100%. I'm going to send the 1,700 men over the sea to aid Aid. And we'll leave our two sons just to finish up this siege before we end the war. Just in case we can get some valuable hostages or a little bit more gold from those sieges. It's worth taking that gold, isn't it? It's worth just keeping the war alive for a couple more minutes. Just for the sake of that gold. I have got a revolt risk, which is a shame. And child of my dynasty, my daughter-in-law Halla has given birth to a son. Since the little one is part of the Eriksson dynasty, he should be blessed with a good name. Let's have a look at him. He's inherited the hail trait, which is awesome. I did actually have a name for this. I've got a bit of a naming theme that I'm going to go with, where every person is going to have the Bjorn name as part of the end of their name. If I can find what I think I was going to use. I think it was Asbjorn. Not Asbjorn, sorry. Asbjorn was going to be the one afterwards. Ugbjorn. Which basically means warrior bear, apparently. Perfect. That's our grandson sorted. At least now we have a further heir for the future. How are we going sailing across? Taking our time to do it. It takes so long to embark your fleet, but then once you're on it, yeah, we're going to fly down south to help out there. They do have quite the army there, actually, by the looks of it. That's fine. 1,700 men. We can help out there massively if we get that under siege. We can bring our other troops over once these sieges fall as well, just for some extra aid. This one's going to fall any second now. I hope that we get a good amount of money from it. 13 gold. And a prisoner to ransom, so it was worth it. 25 gold, perfect. Yeah, it was more than worth it. March them to join the other siege, and then we'll bring those men over the Adriatic Channel afterwards. Yeah, Aid was going to lose this war without our help, so I'm glad that we've actually managed to intervene and get involved in that. This is going to fall any second now. Siege won, 13 gold, and another prisoner captured. Absolutely beautiful. Combine those armies, and can we sail those over to this southern barony in Benevento? And our betrothed can marry. Let's have a look who those are. Prince Aslak. Wow, he's got an impressive beard for an 18-year-old. And Grimma. Who was Grimma? Whose daughter was she? She was Talir's daughter. Perfect, yes. Send proposal. Accept. And we will also enforce demands in this war and end this war, which is going to gain us more land. Wow, Talir, what's going on with you, my friend? You're looking very, very mysterious and dark. I love it. Absolutely love it. So be it. Perfect. The war is over. We've expanded our lands. We're over our domain limit, so we can finally land somebody else. So, next in line was Rognar, who has more than earned his titles with all the heads that he's been ripping off. I imagine he's going to have a room in his castle full of the heads of Christians. Where are you? Where are you, Rogner? Here he is. He's still not had a child. And that, as I said, because he's not landed, sometimes they just will not have children when you've got too many courtiers. So let's grant him the title of... Now, what do I want to give away? Ferlestad's a very good place. Ornberg could be good. Or we could give him this new land that we've just taken up here, actually. Wouldn't be too bad. It's going to need a fierce person in charge of it. So, do you know what? I think I am going to give him the county of Gaka up here. Grand title. He now becomes our vassal. Perfect. Puts us under the domain limit again. It's such a shame that we do have that greedy trait. At least when we lose that greedy trait, when we play as our heir, we'll be able to actually give some of these titles away. We've got 400 gold. Beautiful. And we have got that countess to ransom. Wow, 50 gold, that prisoner that we just managed to take. And we can usurp the Banate of Croatia, which will cost us 250 gold. But if we do that, we can maybe try and vassalize them. But I don't know if I want to vassalize them, to be honest, because I'd rather take the lands myself so that I can then land my own people. And the ransom has been accepted for 50 gold. Beautiful. Such a high amount of gold that we've currently got. I want to get this holy war over with and then raise our raiders and try and take revenge on Duke Guy. At least that we'll be able to raise our raiders over on the Italian lands as well, if we manage to get this under our control. Siege 1, 17 gold, and we've taken a valuable prisoner. Let's march on to the capital of Benevento then and see if we can sway this war in Aide's favour. We have got more men coming to help. Oh, do you know what? 2,000 men. Yeah, march there instead and try and help out in this battle, as our other army is going to get slaughtered. We're going to need the help of our main force. Yeah, and that has managed to deter them. So we can now march back to the capital. We've managed to scare them off. We can ransom that person for 50 gold, yet again. Absolutely beautiful. The amount of money we are making in this episode is insane. Who have we got in control of this army? Asbjorn, our son. And Asbjorn, of course, in this one. Ransom accepted, 50 gold, 522 gold. Absolutely beautiful. Let that gold build up, and then we can make good use of it, hopefully, in the future. Task finish. Count Kier of Odin Rift finished the promote culture task. Beautiful. Let's have a look how that culture is spreading now. Look at the Norse culture now. Absolutely beautiful. Really spreading. We've got the Bosnian culture there and the Serbian culture, of course. The Croatian culture up here. Do we go and promote more cultures? Or do we leave it for now? I don't know if I want to wipe out completely all of these cultures. I may leave it at that for now. Just so there are some of these cultures still around. I don't know. What else can we do? We can increase development. Collect taxes, of course. Do you know what? No, let's promote culture just in this land as well. Let's just make it a little bit deeper that our culture does reach. And Ivar comes of age. I'm proud to see my son no longer as a child, but as an adult with sufficient tutelage. Even a child that displayed little natural inclination towards administration such as Ivar can come to truly understand it. Not content with understanding the flow of wealth in people, he seems capable of predicting it as if by instinct. Perfect. So he's going to be a very good steward. Yes, Midas touched. Beautiful. And Sigrid comes of age. Diplomatic kingdom such as Sigrid can come to truly understand it. A true silver tongue. Perfect. So she is also inherited grey emissions, which is awesome. So they've both become very impressive, both of the twins there, which is awesome to see. We've just got to take care of these sieges now. Betrothed can marry. Sigrid can now marry, yes, Bjorn's giant quick son. They should have some very impressive children. So let's get that marriage sorted. And who was Ivar betrothed to? Surely he's betrothed. Ah, she's not of age yet. Yeah, yes, the link scale. Yes, that's fine. He's going to have to wait a few years for that. Oh, and we're going to get attacked here now. But not if our armies come to help. There we go. Let's get over here and help out. Our acquaintance, Agnar, died. I'm not really sure who he is, so... Was he one of our custom characters, actually? I don't think he was. Was Agnar one of our custom characters? Either way, the poor sod has died. child of my dynasty. My daughter-in-law Asta has given birth to a daughter. Since the little one is part of the Eriksson dynasty, she should be blessed with a good name. Let's have a look at you. You've gained the hail trait. Alvor. Yes, let's go for Alvor. That sounds pretty good. We'll merge our armies together, keep all our men together, because it's going to take a little bit longer, but they really are prowling around us at present, so I want to try and stop that. And there we go. There comes Aid's army to also add to our own. And it looks like Gunnar's reinforcements are also on the way, so we're going to have a lot of Viking warriors over here to take Benevento under our control. Fresh converts volunteer. Awesome. So we've had some more people convert to our religion, which is perfect. Aha, and they've sailed around to lift the siege. That's perfect, actually, because as soon as we lift this siege, we can march on and try and destroy the Benevento army, which will hopefully swing things massively in our favour. To the historical King Asbjorn, we have been burdened with your oppressive laws for far too long. Oh, great. Another peasant uprising. That's fine, we can take care of that pretty easily once we smash this host. Let's have a look back home then. 500 men, 400 men. That's it, so not a lot of peasants. We can take care of that easily. Agent joined scheme, perfect. So hopefully we can get Duke Guy dead. And here we go. Great battle for Benevento against the Benevento Prince. And yeah, we've absolutely annihilated his army. Our champion Count Ragnar ripped the head off someone. Of course he did, when doesn't he? I think that's all he likes to do. And our glory is widely known. Awesome. We are now... Oh, wow, we're exalted among men. We're now working towards the living legend. How old are we? We're only 51. Oh, I really hope that we reach the living legend. That would be so good if we could do that. Right, let's march on to the capital then. Get that under siege. And then we'll sail home to take care of the peasant army. We don't need to worry about that too much, I don't think. They're not sieging our capital or anything like that, so we should be okay. And their army is going to attack us, all 495 of them. Seems a bit stupid, and it was a bit stupid as we slaughtered them. Camp dispute. After my army sets up camp, I hear a commotion coming from the champions' lodgings. Mayor Borkvard and Vlad in the middle of a heated argument while several onlookers edge them on. Deliver a speech about unity, and we've resolved it. Perfect. Which has gained us 150 prestige and 100 martial lifestyle points. Perfect. And we've unlocked another one, so now we can become overseer. Perfect. We've gained a new trait. Which is a very good trait, I think. I'm pretty sure it improves our dread and our control over our land, doesn't it? +2 martial, +2 stewardship, and control growth +50%. Beautiful. Apparently we've got an empty council position. A spy master. We need a new... Why? Where has Talir? Your vassal Count Talir was taken prisoner by Prince... Oh, no. Can we offer to ransom him? 50 gold. He's not willing to accept. So they've actually sailed over to our lands and took one of our own prisoner, which is very annoying. That's alright, we'll be able to get him back once we take this land. Once their capital falls, this war is pretty much all but over. Murder en route. When the time comes, my agents will need a safe escape route out of Duke Guy's castle. Should anything go wrong, a detailed map of the local hills with all its hidden paths and caves would be an invaluable resource. Pay a hunter to draw a map, explore the hills yourself. Abandon. We're going to gain stress because we're greedy. We can't afford... We're going to have to abandon the idea because we can't afford the stress, unfortunately. And Count Talir has left the prison. Perfect. Can we get our spy master back where he belongs then, please? Thank you. With his 27 intrigue. Amazing. Some hillside fields have been finished as well somewhere, which is nice. And Count Lal... oh, nice. Count Lars Carlson has also joined the Holy War as well to get involved. So it seems like most of Sapphireland is now getting involved in this. The existence of my plot to murder Duke Guy has been discovered. While my involvement is yet unknown, this will make it a lot more difficult to bring my plans to fruition. Curses, that's alright. I want to go raiding and take it anyway. That was just my backup plan, just in case we couldn't do that. Siege is going to fall any second now, which will hopefully win us this holy war for aid. Perfect. Task finished. Sapphireland finished the convert faith in county task. Perfect. We've managed to convert the faith a little bit more. Right, let's sail home and take care of this peasant revolt finally then. And let's have a look where we should now try and convert the faith. If we can... Wow, it's actually spreading quite nicely. If we can convert the faith... Where do we even go next? Yeah, convert the faith there for now. In Felstad, which is one of our best castles. I think I might give that to our heir. My agents have scheduled a journey for Duke Guy, which will take him through dark woods. All that is missing is the band of thugs that will tragically slay them in the highway robbery gone wrong. I can already imagine blood seeping into the dark soil. Oh, the woods can be such a dangerous place. Gain 13 stress because we're greedy. It's so annoying. And there's only a 5% chance he's killed, so this isn't the right moment anyway. We'll have to wait. Can we enforce demands in this war, or do we have to wait for aid to do? Looks like we have to wait for aid to finish that war. And victory. Perfect. Clear all notifications. Perfect. We now have some land for Sapphire Land over the ocean, which will belong to aid, I'm guessing. Yes, it will. So he's managed to gain himself a nice bit of land, which is awesome. Oh, nice. Knowing how soldiers act around each other and noticing how freely information and rumour flows, I'm struck by an idea. If some of my own soldiers were to infiltrate Duke Guy's army, they might offer a different insight to his plans. Time for Guy to get some new recruits. Murder scheme gains soldier source. Yep, we can go for that one. Perfect. But we are about to now meet the peasant army in the capital, which should be a crushing victory in our favour. We've got 3 times the amount of men, and obviously they're a hell of a lot more disciplined and better trained. Yeah, easy victory. Very easy victory, and it should give us 100% straight away. Perfect. Enforce our demands. Done. Let's go for this guy, who is actually a giant. A peasant giant, but I don't care if you're a giant. I'm sorry. You're going to be executed for what you've done. We can finally cancel, actually. Can we turn our men into raiders? No. So we'll disband all of our men for now. Perfect. We've got 2 prisoners that can be ransomed. Let's have a look. You for 25 gold, so yes, we'll do that. And a mayor for 30 gold will also do that. We've got 2 titles that can be usurped. The Principality of Benevento. We could go for that, which would cost us 250 gold. And the Banat of Croatia. We'll ignore those for now, but we can create the Duchy of Dulcja, which is 250 gold. Oh, do I do it? Do I do it? Do I do it? Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll create that duchy. We've got more duchies to give away then. We need to designate a guardian for Aslog, our daughter, who is pretty decent in diplomacy, pretty decent in intrigue as well. Let's have a look. She's sadistic. She's intrigue, rowdy intrigue as well. Do you know what? We've not had one in. Let's go for intrigue just because we've not had a child with the intrigue focus yet. And then we need to designate a guardian. Let's see if Talir would be willing to ward our daughter. Which one was it again? Where is she? It was Aslog, wasn't it? And yes, he is willing to accept that proposal. Perfect. Too many duchies held, I know. Let's have a look which duchies we've got again. Which one should we give away? We've got the Jarldom down here. We've got the Jarldom of Dulcja, which is this. Yeah, we'll give that one away then, actually. That's perfect. We'll give that to Talir because that's pretty much his land anyway. Let's, we've got to wait for him to accept our guardianship first. There we go. We've had some more ransoms accepted. Excellent. Can we now grant you the title, the Jarldom of Dulcja? Perfect. There we go. He now becomes a Jarl. Your vassal Count Talir now holds the Jarldom of Dulcja. Perfect. Which is going to make him a lot more powerful. Gives us another Jarldom as well, which is awesome. And now that we've got all that money left over, I think the best thing would be to improve our men-at-arms even more. So let's have a look at our armoured footmen. How much would it cost us to increase them? 90. Do you know what? 90 again. There we go. We've maxed out our armoured footmen, made them as impressive as possible. Next, let's go for... Should we go for our pike? How much would our pike then cost to improve? 75 gold. What about our bowmen? 55. You know what? We'll increase the bowmen twice as well. That's all our money gone. But it was well spent. And I think we'll now end the episode here, guys. So thank you all so much for watching. As always, I really hope that you've enjoyed. Please don't forget to like and comment down below if you have. And hopefully I'll see you all very soon for the next episode of the Raiders of the Adriatic.